Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hey Renee Box Young, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about sport of boxing in a level-headed, coherent, mature fashion. Hey, subscribers since day one, recent subscribers, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much, man, for tuning into the Flash Lives, previously scheduled lives, premieres such as this in real time, and the Playback family, commenting in the comment sections of the videos, etc., man. You guys are awesome. Subscribers, everybody. If you're a new listener, go ahead and subscribe. If you love the sport of boxing, this is definitely a place for you. It's as simple as that, okay? It's as simple as that. If you love the sport of boxing, this is it right here. Hit the notification bell, so you know when we do push this content, stuff like that. Okay. I got to talk about this. Something that really popped out to me. And this has been for a minute, okay? Concerning, Teofimo Lopez. This is specifically on Teofimo. Shouts out, to Teofimo and to Cambosos and New. Unified, undisputed, whatever you want to call it. I see it as unified, okay? But I don't want to get to that, but yeah. Man, salute to New. I mean, I'm telling you, Cambosos put on a great fight. Hey, Lopez did what he could, and he lost, though. But it is what it is, right? And something that has popped out to me, since a while ago, like I said, we did a live session some time ago. I don't remember when it was, though. I just don't remember, I think it was before, on the fight week with Teofimo and Cambosos. And I mentioned it before in other live sessions, too. I just don't remember which ones, concerning, when it comes to Teofimo talk, that Teofimo, man, everybody knows what has gone on with, the Teofimo and Cambosos fight with the Triller stuff, which was a big flop, okay? And I'm sure you know why it was a big flop. I've explained that in other videos and live sessions and stuff. So, but, you can see, this is what I want to get at here, and it has popped out to me for a while. You can see a transition on Teofimo and his conduct and his behavior and his, mannerisms, how he speaks, how he acts in front of the camera, at least, and in media. And the lead up to all of his fights, I mean, you would see determination in him. You would see seriousness. Obviously he would always say the takeover. That's his phrase, I guess. But, specifically against Lomachenko and stuff, man, he really was focused, And I definitely have praised that, those qualities in Teofimo, how serious he has been, the trajectory in the sport, amazing career. I got nothing to say against that, you know what I'm saying? It's just that everybody knows that, and that's exactly why he's been so criticized, man, throughout the months, ever since he beat Lomachenko. And this is something I got to point out, man. Please pay attention. Check this out, man. I saw a video some time ago about, it was some video, I just don't remember. It was, like an interview and, whatever. With Teofimo, clips of him and clips of his wife. I think her name is Cindy Lopez, something like that. And, she was interviewed and they were talking about how they met, how Teofimo and his wife met. Cindy, if I'm not mistaken, that's her name. Sorry if I get it now. I'm just bad with names, generally speaking, right? But, Teofimo's wife said in that interview, talking about, like, they met on a plane or something like that. She was an airline lady, you know what I'm saying? Sorry for the terms, man. I'm horrible with terms and stuff like that, but, a lady on the airline, okay, on the plane, serving people and helping people out, whatever. And that's how they met, okay? But what I'm trying to get at is this. His wife, okay, expressed how she noticed that Teofimo, and this is the heart of this video, ladies and gentlemen, that he's kind of, like, conceited. That he thinks about himself too much, like selfish, yeah. And you can tell the transition, man. I mean, all fighters, will do that, you know what I'm saying? All fighters will do that because they're competitive. They want to be the best out there, and they proclaim to be the best, in their careers and stuff like that. But there is a point, this is it. There's a point where it goes too far, man. It just goes too far, and that, in my humble opinion, I think that's a problem, man. That's an issue. I'm not a freaking psychologist, and I'm not even trying to, get into those things, right? That's not my field. But I think when it gets too far, it gets too far. I can say that. Teofimo, man, ever since he beat Lomachenko, and his own wife has talked about it. That's why I brought that up. A salute to his wife, his new baby. But that she has expressed herself that he, it looks like he her first impression or something like that was that he's very, egotistical, like selfish guy, thinks about himself all the time. And you can definitely see how that has magnified ever since he beat Lomachenko. And that's why Lomachenko has gotten criticized a whole lot, man. And I'm not talking about Teofimo haters or no, just generally speaking, boxing fans have talked a lot on posts and comments about how Teofimo has gotten really big-headed. Really big-headed, and just way up there in cloud nine, and losing that humble trait that he used to portray, I guess we can say, to a certain degree, before he beat Lomachenko. And you can see a big transition, and that's fine, dance around, whatever, that's wonderful, but it just like, you could just kind of tell, man, that he kind of took it too far, man. He really took it too far. And we're going to get to an article right now that's going to show what I'm saying. And I knew, something was up. I was just, why? Because in one of my live sessions, like I said, check out my channel, man. You'll see it there. I think it was in the lead up to this Cambo. I was on Fight Week, I think. Cambo, Lomachenko. I think I mentioned it, or I think it was just another live session. I just don't recall which one it was. But I do remember with the panelists there, I was talking about how I personally thought Teofimo was going through some problems, man. He was going through some things, some issues in his life. Because, like I said, before Lomachenko Teofimo fight, his tweets, posts, blah blah blah, right? They were way different, and on Twitter and stuff like that, things that he put out there. And ever since he beat Lomachenko, and ever since this whole Triller stuff, postponing his originally scheduled fights with Kambosos like 5 times. I don't know how many times. It's a disgrace. It was a disgrace on how many times that date was changed. It was just a disgrace, man. Major flop. And around that time, and I mentioned this, that he started posting tweets on, philosophical things, spiritual things, which I think is cool. I'm saying? The spiritual aspect, that's awesome. I got nothing to take away from him or criticizing that, but he would post a lot of philosophical stuff, and you can just see there was a change in him, man. There was a change because I think he started really, just life started slapping him around, man, And I heard also in one of the shows we had, one of the panelists talked about, words floating around that Teofimo separated from his wife, man. And, I think all these things, man, really have affected Teo. Now, I'm not saying this is why he lost. There's no excuse. Let me make that clear first. Kambosos won fair and square, okay? He won fair and square. I think it was a great fight, man. Kambosos really put in that work in training camp, and my gosh, I was surprised. I personally thought Teo was going to win by knockout, but my gosh, Kambosos, man, salute to you once more. Wonderful stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not giving no excuses for Teo. It's a mental issue, and this is why he lost, and his emotional, screw ups or whatever. I'm not giving him any excuses. No way. There's no excuse, in this for losing. Okay, even though his dad wants to come out and say, it's my fault. I kept him at 135. Yeah, well, whatever. You lost. Okay, that's your issue. Okay, you lost. Your team and lost, and that's it. Take the L and go on. Humble yourselves, and that's what a lot of people are saying, as a matter of fact. But those things, all these things, man, I think personally really have affected Teofimo, man. And he just didn't, I don't know, man. And the worst thing about all this, he just stayed so egotistical. Despite these things happening to him, we're going to check the article out, link in the description. He just kept, I don't know, man. It's just, I think he goes way too far in this. Me, I'm the best, you guys suck, everybody. I just, it's something wrong here. There's something wrong here. So let's get to this article. It's on boxingscene.com. You check it out. Link in the description, right? I like this article because how it describes, what I kind of suspected going on with Teo, man. Let's check it out. I really want you to check this out, man. It says here, Lopez entered pre-fight broadcast, like I said, link in the description, meetings with the zone commentators alone, okay? Sitting in a folding chair as Azinga Fulzile, okay, sorry if I mispronounced that, all right? Answered his final questions, okay? In the midst of Fusil's whatever interview, Lopez just, okay, check this out, guys. Lopez just started talking, seemingly happy to be away from the chaos of the weigh-in and keen to just find a friendly ear. Sorry. I like how you guys have treated me, quote, much better than everyone else, he said, gesturing broadly. Energy is my language. You see, that's what I'm talking about, like that, you know, that stuff that he started talking about ever since this whole Triller stuff, you know what I mean? Ever since the flop and the rescheduling, he started talking a lot like this, you know, and you can read the article more. It expounds a little bit more upon that. And then it says here, you know, that Teofimo Sr. eventually joined, and what ensued was a frenzied conversation that saw Teofimo Jr. range from the verge of tears. Pay attention, guys. Check this out. Range from the verge of tears to fantasizing about violence, from saying he hadn't done bleep in boxing and having to be reassured by his father, to claiming that no man except his newborn son would ever be able to beat him. So it looks like here, man, his emotions are all over the place, man. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of perceived and I kind of suspected this in Teofimo. There was just something in the back of my head that said something's wrong. Something's going on with Teo, man. Something's going on with this guy. A little bit extremely overhyped emotionalism about himself, you know. And you can just see here how he reacts in this interview, you know what I'm saying, that you can kind of see that. So, I mean, he was, you know, ranging from the verge of tears, fantasizing about violence, saying he hasn't done bleep in boxing, and his dad reassuring that no one can beat you, you know. And then it says here, he talks about, you know, if it were legal, I would kill someone, you know. And then here we go, quote by Teofimo, says, people don't understand how much pain I got. This is the only time I get to let it out. I really want to hurt people. Wow. Okay, so then he describes more about, you know, the tumult. It says here we go, the tumult in his personal life. A split from his wife, ladies and gentlemen, while his first child was just days old. You see it now. That's something that's confirmed by what I heard earlier, you know, some time ago, like I said, on a live session that we had, and the Teofimo stuff popped up, and we started talking a little bit about it, and that, you know, that was the word or floating around that, you know, Teofimo separated from that's horrible. That's hard. You know, maybe somebody who hasn't been in that situation probably doesn't know what that is, or somebody, you know what I'm saying, much more obviously those who have been through that situation. It's not easy to go through something like that. You know what I mean? And I'm assuming, man, who the heck knows, but something went on there. And, you know, and what's sad about it, ladies and gentlemen, is that, you know, he split from his wife while his first child was just days old. Imagine how hard that must have been. And in the meantime, the pressure from, you know, the fight buildup of, like I said, I'm not making an excuse for this guy. No way. I'm not a man fan. I don't, you know, no. What's in the ring is what I see. But this did catch my attention in the lead up to the fight as well. This was before the fight. And this article confirms it confirms what I was thinking. You know what I mean? Several aspects, and these are one of the aspects. Okay, so he left, you know, I guess he separated from his wife. I don't know if they, you know, reconciled, whatever. That's hard. And then, you know, in the meantime, you know, in all this, simultaneously his child's born. And in the meantime, you know, he's you know, trying to train, and, you know, he's training and getting ready for this fight, you know, press conferences, blah blah blah, interviews, all that stuff, you know, sponsorships, doing commercials. You saw it all. I think he just got carried away, man, and didn't really have time for his lady. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe it is that. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. Maybe it's his wife got fed up and like, you know what? You're just, you know, just what I thought of you. You know, you just always thinking about yourself. Always thinking about yourself. Go on then. Go on with yourself in your life, with your boxing, because it's all about you. Maybe that was it, man. Who the heck knows? I'm just speculating. Anyways. So let's continue here. So it says here, and you know, so he talks about, you know, the things that's going on in his personal life. So that's one. Split from his wife. You know, child was just born, and at that time they split up. You know, and a dwindling fortune. You know, claiming that a month prior he just had 20 grand in his account prior to sponsorship dollars. You know, Bud Light I think is one of them or something like that. You know, and another energy drink, whatever. Sponsorship dollars coming in for the Kambosos fight, also a water company, if I remember correctly, which he claimed he manifested. Okay, so for many, if not most, this would be a comfortable amount of liquid cash. Okay, but Lopez had last year made a report of 1.5 million in one night. Okay, so he talks about, this is war, and he's talking about, a spiritual war every time he's out there, slaying demons. Ain't nobody gonna take his soul. I mean, and it says here in this article, it says the demons he described seemingly sometimes referred to actual demons, other times to define personal struggles, as we commonly hear that, right? He frequently cited parties that had or were holding him back from USA boxing to promoters to a more nebulous they. So people from all sides are holding, Teofimo back, and this is crazy. Check this out. As his emotions began to boil over, and this is all, ladies and gentlemen, this is all in this interview with this person, this as Zinga Fuzile, okay, yeah, I guess his own commentary or something like that. I don't know, reporter. Okay, so every once checks out, and this is all in this interview, ladies and gentlemen. His emotions just you see that's what caught my attention there. That's what caught my attention. Like, it seems like, Teofimo's emotions, man, he can't control his emotions. That's dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. And look how young this guy is. This guy's young, man. And, to be getting that kind of success kind of reminds me of Ryan Garcia. But like I said, I don't, yeah, I mean, that's just their personal lives. But I'm not justifying Teofimo in this for him losing. No way. You lost, and that's it. But this really caught my attention, though. You know what I'm saying? This really caught my attention. So all this is happening in this interview, man. So as his emotions began to boil over, every once in a while, he would return to therapy, speak about gratitude, positive energy, personal freedom. When he was finally peeled away from the table, he left the room yelling, F the government. I mean, this guy is all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. You see how it's much more, man. I think, Teofimo, man, I don't know, man. He got to get his mind right. I'm not saying, I mean, like I said, I'm no freaking psychologist. I don't know. But he has to, slow down, man. Calm down. Get his emotions under control and mature, because this is some serious stuff, ladies and gentlemen. He's all over the place. He's all over the place, from crying almost, talking about, I want to kill someone, and, it's just like, wow, dude. Kind of feels scary to stay in the same room with this guy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And we're not even done yet, ladies. I got to show you more, okay? So that's the thing. So everybody knows when, man, I'm telling you. And I think his dad has a lot to do with this, okay? Because throughout the fight, it says here, continues the article, throughout the fight, Teofimo Sr. played to the crowd and when in the corner, assured his son that he was doing well, you know what I'm saying? So playing to the crowd that they were winning and stuff as ringside observers watched him lose rounds to Kambosos. In the 10th round, Lopez nearly bailed himself out, right? You want to drop Kambosos, right? Yeah. Before the bell, blah, blah, blah. When Lopez sat on the stool, his father was still on the floor, his back to the ring, jumping up and down with his arms in there. I mean, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I think it kind of sucks, man. I mean, I think his father is to blame also, because I don't know, man. Just these two guys, man, really extremely emotional guys, you know what I'm saying? Really emotional out there, and I just don't know, man. I can't put my finger on it. It just seems kind of weird to me. And I know a lot of people talk about, yeah, they do it for marketing and stuff like that, but I think this is overboard. This is overboard, and we're going to see why, okay? And it's, it's shouts out to boxing scene, shouts out to this, reporter, whatever, DAZN and stuff for this interview. I mean, this content that they're bringing here. So after the fight, okay, Kambosos recovered, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so after the scores, check this out. After the scores were read and belts awarded to Kambosos, Lopez gingerly accepted handshakes and embrace from his opponent, but seemed reluctant and eager to end the interaction. Okay, so as Kambosos posted for photos and began his interview with DAZN's Chris Mannix, Lopez sat on the top rope, dancing and waving to the crowd as if he had indeed won. I mean, that's just weird behavior, man. To me, I'm sorry, that's just weird behavior. I mean, if you see it differently, that's fine. I'm speaking my mind, that's all. Now I'm just analyzing as I analyze things. I think that's kind of weird, man. You know what I'm saying? You lost, man. And there are comments and posts about Teo that now he's like Adrian Broner. And I kind of tend to agree with that, man, because Adrian Broner, that's another story, but there's a similarity between these two guys, because even though they got pounded, even if Adrian Broner had gotten pounded in fights and lost, he still would say, I won, and just ignorant. I don't know, man. There's a problem there. I'm sorry, man. There is a problem there. And Adrian Broner is known to have some issues, man. And I think Teo is kind of, they share that kind of stuff in their minds, or I don't know. What I understand, man, you dancing around and stuff, but man, you're taking it a little bit too far. Just take the loss and relax, man. Humble down a little bit. What is that about? What is that about? On the top rope dancing and waving to the crowd. Yeah, I understand. Waving to the crowd's fine. That's great. Hey, thanks for the crowd for coming, but you're dancing around and stuff. And look we're gonna get to the cusp of this, I guess we can say, in a moment. Watch. So this is, and everybody knows how. Okay. Wait a second. Everybody knows how Teofimo responded. When the reporter was there and they were both, face to face, Cambo and Teo. Teo with his face, man. Oh my gosh, man. Cambo put a nice beating on him. But we're talking about, no, this is still the takeover. He just, abruptly jumps down and gets to the mic and, no, this is still a takeover. I won. And the crowd was booing him. You see, even the crowd, ladies, it's not just me. It's not just me making a video about this. It's that this is something, you're taking it too far, Teo. That's how I see it. You're just taking it a little bit too far, and the crowd's not buying it. So just stop it. You see what I'm saying? And let me just get to the article and how they word it and how they phrase it, because they do it well. All right? So check this out, man. So we have here, okay, and Cambosos, when Teofimo is going on his rant, you know what I'm saying? So you got here, he said he felt he won the fight 10-2. He also suggested that despite his insistence prior to the fight that making 135 was not particularly difficult for him, they had been making him fight at lightweight against as well. Okay, whatever. The crowd, okay, here we go. The crowd at the Hulu Theater, which was previously ravenously in support of him, clad in Lopez gear and draped in Honduran flags. What did they do? They loudly booed him and began to file out of the venue. They're like, we don't want to hear this, man. We're done. You lost, and that's it, man. We don't want to hear you saying, oh, you know what, I won, I got robbed, and, this is a takeover, and, I'm a real one, yo. I'm a real one. It's like, what are you doing, dude? You're making yourself look more horrible. I just, it's a trip, man. It's a trip. And that's where Camboso said rightly. You're a bit delusional, man. You see, I'm not the only one saying these things, ladies and gentlemen. Camboso saying it. The whole crowd saw it and saying it. A lot of boxing fans out there are saying it. It's like, dude, there's something wrong with you, bro. There's something wrong with you. Stop, get back to reality here. Get back to reality here, man. And and check this out, man. This is a trip. This goes on. Watch this. I don't know if anybody knows this, but, read this, but I gotta speak about this. Look, this is a trip, man. Watch what he does, okay? So fighters okay, so this just explains about, okay, whatever. So I want to show you this, man. I want to show you this. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. At the end, when the camera stopped, when the lights were about to go out in the stadium or arena, wherever that venue was, when you heard crickets around there, when everyone was gone, the fans were gone. Look at this, man. The moment that encapsulated Lopez's sad decline, and I think that's a good way to say it, man. And it is sad. And it's just I don't know, getting to Lopez's depths of his, I don't know. The moment that encapsulated Lopez's sad decline best came when the zone cameras stopped rolling, with fans mostly filed out of the venue. And DJ Dubs, whoever that DJ, I guess plays the music for the event there, had dropped his volume to elevator music decibels. Oh, man. Lopez instructed the few crew members remaining in the ring to back away. Okay? He then did his traditional backflip celebration, the one he'd done for the fights he'd won. He stuck the landing, but there was no one left there for him. Just as he'd feared, everyone was gone now. Now gone. That's a trip. That's a trip. Shouts out to Lopez, man, but it seems like, it's just things that stuck out to me in the lead up to the fight concerning Teo, that he's going overboard with this egotistical stuff, man. Like, it's just me, take over, and his dad putting fuel to the fire with this whole stuff, man. It got to the point where you lost, you got beat well, you got beat up. Look at his face. I know, of course, the face doesn't determine who won or lost. Yeah, whatever. But You saw the fight. I think Teofimo lost convincingly, okay? I think Kambosos won convincingly. And for him to act like that and be saying those things and dancing still, you know, and then when the whole crowd's booing you because we're not stupid here. The crowd's not stupid. They saw what they saw. You know, they're not buying it. And it's just right there. It's time to, hey, relax, Teo. Just, you know, give credit to the man who beat you, to the better man that night, and that's it. You know, go home and, you know, continue being great. You know, and then when everyone's leaving and practically gone, you sit there and tell everyone, hey, get back up, and then you do your backflip as if you just, I mean, that's a trip to me. That's a trip to me, okay? Maybe you interpret it differently, but these are these subtle things that stick out to me, you know? And I've noticed that with Teo, that ever since this whole Triller flop, postponing dates a gazillion of times of this fight, you can tell been a change in Teofimo. I talked about it before. And this really just reveals what I think it is. It's just he's so, unfortunately, like, just so conceited, man. Unfortunately, he's separated with his wife. Who knows why? Maybe it was because of this, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it's because, you know, Teo is a little bit over-emotional, man. Maybe it's because he's just thinking about himself too much. Maybe it's because his dad telling him, you know, going home and visiting his grandson and, yeah, the takeover. This is the takeover, grandson, and yeah. You know, it's like, okay, man, that, you know, that's that, and this is family life here. Who knows, man? But, you know, I don't know, man. This is just a trip. That's how I see it. And I hope the best for Teo, man. I really do. And I think he's going to be champ again soon. You know what I'm saying? I think he will. He's a skilled fighter. This is nothing against his skills and who he is in the ring. But outside the ring, there's some issues here, ladies and gentlemen. And I think it's sad, man. I really do think it's sad. He should take this as a growing lesson. You know what I'm saying? Maturity, to grow in maturity and balance his emotions out. You know, because if you go on too much in life like that, you're gonna bang the wall, your head against the wall a little bit too much. You're gonna fall down, man, and stay down. You know what I'm saying? In life, generally speaking. I mean, he has a lot of success though, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how else to say it, but you know, I hope the best for him. Definitely hope the best for him. Like I said, I think he'll be champ soon again. But we'll see what's next for him in his career. You know what I'm saying? But these are things that, once again, I got to reiterate, things that stuck out to me before the fight happened and the lead up to the fight. Couple shows I talked about this. I mentioned it, you know, but I didn't really talk too much about it because Teo, I got tired of hearing him. I got tired of seeing him dance around. I got tired of, you know, it was too much for me, and I knew something was up. I knew something was wrong. And that article, check it out, link in the description, describes exactly what I thought. So, man, we'll see what happens, man. What do you think? Go ahead and comment in the comment section. Do you think he'll shapen up? Do you think that Teo will, you know, humble down a little bit? Because I think he should do that. I think he should do that and, you know, calm those emotions down, man. You know, channel them out the right way. You know what I'm saying? And just be balanced in your emotions, man. So, yeah, man. What do you think? Comment in the comment section. I appreciate you. Thanks so much, man. Renee Boxing, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about sport of boxing in level-headed fashion. If you're a new listener, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when I do my flash lives, premieres such as this, and lives in general. Thanks so much. When I push content, hey, thanks so much, man. Renee Boxing. Peace out.